Hello, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Please ensure to like, share, and subscribe. And also click the bell notification in the top right-hand corner to be made aware anytime I upload tutorials or videos to YouTube. All right, let's craft together. Hey guys, I got a new sublimation blank in today, which are these metal 8x10. They're aluminum. I can never say that word. I don't know why. Aluminum. Um, but they are very thin, as you can see. You hear that? They're very thin, but you can sublimate on top of these. Now they do have, I'm told, a plastic coating on here. So you would want to get something and kind of pull that plastic coating off before you sublimate. Otherwise, you're just going to be sublimating on top of the plastic. Okay. So we will take the plastic off. Again, they're 8x10. And I ordered these. These have the curved corners, but they also have just the square as well. So, and they're both same size, 8x10. You want to be careful with them because they are very thin. So you don't want them to bend all up. But this one has the sharp corners, the sharp edges to them. So just depends on what you want. I will link the supplier in the description. I'm going to do my standard 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I think they suggested something like 350 for or 375 for 50 seconds. So this is the sharp corners. They do come with the little plastic around them, I guess because they are kind of like, thin so that they're not bending up on you. So if you order these, just please make sure that you don't do a lot of unnecessary handling of it before you, end up unpackaging. So I'm going to be using them to put pictures on, and I'm going to walk through the process with you today on it. So that is it. And I think it's six of them. And again, they're 8x10. So the white side's the side you're going to sub on. You can tell there's some plastic on there. And then that's the back side. Okay. So let me go in and grab my image that I'm going to be working with. I'm going to get that printed out. And then we're going to walk through the sublimation process together. So let's get started. All right, guys, let me locate my image right quick. So I'm inside of Midjourney. I was thinking about using this image because that one is really pretty. But I think I'm going to use one of my ones that I did around Valentine's Day. And it's easier to come into Midjourney to find it than rather go to my Discord server. So give me 1 second here. That one might be pretty to do. Or that one. Oh, just so many choices. Let's go. I know exactly which one I'm looking for. I don't think it had been that long. Or either that tells you how often I am in here creating digital images. Okay. Okay, now we're getting to it. Let's get to the good stuff. Okay, so it was one of the images that I did like this. Here she is. This one right here. Okay, so this is the image that I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to say save image as, and I'm going to place that right on my desktop. Beautiful rose. We'll call it beautiful rose. All right. So now that we got that, I am going to put that in my I'm going to bring that up on my Microsoft PowerPoint here, since that's what I'm going to where I'm going to be printing from. So we're going to insert, and we're going to go and grab that image. Okay, perfecto. I'm going to crop the edges here because they're like dark right there on the ends, and I don't want that. Perfecto. All right, so my paper is 8.5 by 11. This image is not the image, but the blank, the aluminum blank is 8 by 10. So I'm going to come over here to my size. I'm going to deselect the lock aspect ratio and the relative to original picture size. And I'm going to make the height 8 and the width 10. And see, I already know that it's not showing correctly. Let me make sure I got my design here on an 8.5 by 11, because that, yep, I got it on an 11 by 17. So I'm going to go 8.5 by 11. I'm changing my paper size. And let me make sure I did that right, because it still looks wonky. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to rotate her just by clicking on picture format and rotate, flip horizontal. Okay. And then I'm going to copy it and delete it. And now I'm going to click on picture or texture fill and select clipboard. And that way it puts the entire image inside of my 8.5 by 11. Now I'm going to come over to the offset, and I'm going to start clicking on the up arrow to bring it in. Okay. And we're going to do the right. All right. And then we're going to do our bottom, our top and our bottom. Okay. I think that might be good right there. So we are going to now print this out. Anytime you do sublimation, guys, in most cases, it's going to be a reversed image. So like if you were in Cricut Design Space, this is where you mirror. That's why I rotated this image, because that's the equivalent of mirroring in PowerPoint. Okay. So we're going to go and we're going to click on File and Print. I'm going to be using my Epson Workforce 7720. So Epson. I'm going to go to printer properties. I want to make sure that my quality is all the way over to the far right, and it is. And I'm going to make sure that my high speed is deselected. And then I'm going to be using paper cassette 1 and letter size paper. Okay. And I just leave it on letter size, plain paper. You don't have to change anything there. We hit OK. and we're ready to go. So we're going to hit print. I already have the paper inside my printer. I'm using A Sub 8.5 by 11 and also A Sub Sublimation ink. And the recommendation for the supplier of these aluminum blanks is $370 for 50 seconds. Okay, that's the recommendation. $370 for 50 seconds. 370 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 seconds. So I have my heat press heating up right now. And all we're going to do is we're going to set this image on our blank. We're going to remove that plastic that's on top of the white blank. And then we're going to put our image down, use a little bit of heat tape to hold it in place, and we'll be ready to go. So I'm going to go ahead and stop here, and then we'll pick up with the heat press portion. All right, guys, so here is our image, and it printed out beautiful. Okay, so we all know by now, if you've watched enough of my tutorials, you will know that when you're doing sublimation, that the ink is going to be dull until you actually apply the heat. Okay, so that's why it has kind of like a dull look to it. But even with that dull look, if this was my finished product, it would still be gorgeous to me. Okay. All right, so I'm just using my weeding tool, and very lightly I'm going to peel up this piece of plastic that is sitting on top. And you want to be gentle because you don't want to scratch your blank. So here you can see that there is some plastic on there, and you're just going to peel that off. And you can trash that. And what we're going to do is I'm going to lay my blank down, and I just want to make sure that everything is covered, and it is. So it's going to be perfect. It's going to cut a little bit on the bottom, but I'd rather a little bit on the bottom than to have parts missing. Okay, so I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. Because remember, our paper is 8.5 by 11. So everything is going to be covering our blank. But we'll have this little part right here that we, of course, the paper is bigger than our image. But our image is perfectly fitted on there. So now we're going to go to the heat press. I'm going to put some heat tape on here, and we're going to go to the heat press, and we're going to press this 370 for 50 seconds. Okay, we'll meet at the heat press. All right, guys, here we are at the heat press. We have our aluminum blank, and then we have our image. So we're going to lay this down. And apply our heat tape. This is just to help hold the image in place when we turn it over. Just like that. And I'm going to get my butcher paper. And I am going to put this inside the butcher paper. And the only reason I'm doing it like this is because I have some overage right there that I do not want to, get on my press. My press is ready. Do you hear me? It is ready to go. It keeps like beep, 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 beep. Okay. Got one little corner, little part in the middle right there, because I don't want no ink to bleed into my heat press. All right, here we go. I'm going to bring you back when we get about 5 seconds to it being complete. All right, we're 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. This baby is going to be hot, so I'm going to use my heat glove to pick it up, and then I'm going to meet you back where we can do the reveal together. Oh yeah, that's going to be pretty. All right, hold on 1 second. Guys, let me put my heat gloves on because this baby is hot, and we're going to do the reveal here. Take that tape off. And it just stuck to my hands. Or not to my hand, but to my glove. Let's get this piece off right here. Oh, it's not so hot. I can feel it on my skin, on my lap. All right, let's take a look. Look at that. Look how pretty that is. Look at those colors. Okay, turned out beautiful. Turned out beautiful. Okay, so this is 8 by 10. It is aluminum metal. We pressed it at 370 for 50 seconds. You could get those little, because it doesn't have anything on the back, guys, so you could get like those little wall hangers at Walmart that they're like Velcro. You could get one of those. That'll be very easy to put on here if you want to hang it up. But that turned out gorgeous. You guys chime in the comments and tell me what you think. I am so excited that I have come this far, that I'm creating my own digital images using Midjourney, Creative Fabrical Spark, Playground AI. I don't have to go Google and go on Etsy looking for images now. I can just do my own thing. So you guys saw that this was an image that I did in Midjourney, and she is absolutely gorgeous. There's no need to have to worry about any glass, any picture frame. I hope you guys can really get the true feel of this, because I know it has that little bit of glare on it, but this is absolutely beautiful. Okay. And also, when you do a sublimation, you want to make sure the majority of your ink is on your blank and not here. Okay, on your blank and not here. So you can see this is the little part that didn't sub at all, but everything else we got. Because if we didn't get it, it would have that color on it. So even though I have a little bit of white right here on the edge, that just means that I could have come over a little bit further. I could have come over a little bit further when I was blowing the image out. I could have came over a little bit further just to get that. But all in all, it has white on here, so it's not a deal breaker. It's not a deal breaker. So pretty. All right. So that's another something, guys, that you could do for sublimation and use your digital images for. I get a lot of people to say, what will you do with all of those digital images that you're creating? Well, I just showed you what you can do with your digital images. Okay, you get 6 of these metal aluminum blanks. You get 6 of them. You can get the kind that are sharp on all corners, or you can get the ones that are curved on all corners. And I think it was less than $13 for 6 of them. Okay, for 6 of them. But can you imagine gifting this to family members and friends, or, you know, coworkers? I'm just saying, church members. I'm so silly. All right, but guys, another way that you can use your digital images, okay? They don't always have to go on a t-shirt or on a tumbler a mug, coffee cup, or whatever. Make it a set. Make it a set. Give them one of these, give them a coffee mug and a planner. Nice little set as a gift. Okay, all with the same images. I could add words, you can add words, but there's another something that you can do with your digital images. And I really didn't need my gloves because this thing cooled it down really fast. It didn't hold the heat like my tumblers and stuff like that. And I guess that's because we're heating them for like 6 minutes. But this took no time. 50 seconds, guys. 50 seconds. And you can have a beautiful image just like this. Okay. All right. So for this project, guys, all you're going to need is your aluminum blank. Make sure that you take off that plastic. I used my weeding tool, but I'm very careful with not digging because you don't want to scratch the blank, because if you scratch it, then you've ruined your blank. It's going to have that little scratch wherever you nick it. So be very gentle when you're pulling that plastic off. You get 6 of these. So you'll need your aluminum blank. You'll also need whatever image that you're going to use. I had the sizing. I think the offset I had on that left side, I had it at 3%. The right side was 2%. The top was 2%, and the bottom was 3%. So I probably could have did on that left side. I probably could have did 2%. Let's take a look. I could have did 2% on that left side, and that would have gotten rid of that little white edge right there. Okay. So that's in Microsoft PowerPoint. That's what I'm giving you the offset information for, is how I did the offset in Microsoft PowerPoint. And then just your sublimation printer, paper, and ink. That's it. And I used A-Sub, and then I used the Epson Workforce 7720. All right. So that's it, guys. And then heat press it for the supplier, 370 seconds for, 370 degrees Fahrenheit for 50 seconds. Okay, and that's it. And you're going to end up with something gorgeous just like this. All right. All right, guys. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. You hear my phone is ringing. It's probably my son calling me. But if you're currently in my Facebook group, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support. Hold on one second. All right. So if you're currently in my Facebook group, Candoris's Cricut and Creative Crafters, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show via Facebook. If you would like to join my Facebook group, then it will be linked in the description of this video tutorial. You just click on the link, agree to the Facebook group rules, and voila, you're in it. If you're currently subscribed to my YouTube channel, I want to thank you guys so much for the love and support that you show via YouTube. And if this is your first time seeing me and you like my method of teaching, then please like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you learn anything from this video tutorial or like anything from this video tutorial, then please give me a thumbs up, okay? And leave me a comment, guys. I communicate with everybody. If you leave a comment, I talk to everybody. I do. I really do. There's no one that can come in and say I don't respond to them, because I do. I like talking to y'all. All right. All right, guys. So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. She turned out beautiful. You can do the same thing. It is so easy. So easy. Okay. All right. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. You guys know my motto is each one reach one, so that each one can teach one. And also keep it crafty and keep it cute. Bye.